Hello, this is Glenn, co-founder and CEO of NBC Business Matters Group and head of development for the Co-op Matters software package. I'd like to thank you so much for joining us today to take a look at our video demonstration of the software. Hopefully it'll answer some questions for you. After the video is ended, if you have any questions you'd like to ask, or if you'd like to get a full demonstration of the software, please click one of the links below. We'd be happy to get together with you. Thank you so much.
This software was created specifically to support the unique needs of housing cooperatives and to provide 4 key solutions and workflows for them. The first is to perform all manner of inspections required on an ongoing basis by the co-ops. The second is to manage a work order process ensuring issues identified during inspections are corrected and followed up on with documentation. The third is to forecast out the costs and schedule the work so it can be done in a time frame in a way that fits the co-op's needs and finances. And fourth is to provide a communication portal for the members to be able to submit suggestions, requests, and report concerns directly to the co-op manager with proper documentation and follow-up. This application can be run on all personal and business computing products, which means when you log in, whether you're on a smartphone, a desktop, a Chromebook, it makes no difference. You'll see full functionality and all of the same functions and operations, so you won't have to learn 3 different softwares and you won't have to do certain things at the office and other things on the mobile. Everything works equally in all device types. So let's log in and see what things look like. When you log in, you'll see that we use customizable dashboards to make your life as easy as possible. This is the inspection and work orders dashboard. You'll also see within the software there is an assets dashboard and a inventory dashboard that's used for managing a small parts inventory. This condenses all of your day-to-day work into one place, allowing you to quickly and easily access reports, update information, schedule inspections, create and update work orders quickly and easily without having to do a lot of hopping in and out of different sections of the application. You can work with them on this screen. You can also open them up to full screen and work with them directly. Within the screen, if there's things you use more often, you can make them larger, bring them to the top of the page where you can get a good look at them and use them more regularly. On the other hand, if this is an item that you hardly ever use, you can make it very small, move it to the bottom of the page, and take it out of your day-to-day view so you don't have to deal with it on a regular basis. But it'll still be there down at the bottom where you need it, when you need it. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll see a sidebar menu that allows you direct access to the other dashboards and individual reports and functions. So here as an example is the assets dashboard for all of your asset management if you've purchased the asset module. And here is your inventory dashboard for your small parts and consumables inventory. So everything's quickly and readily available. Within the inspections dashboard and work orders dashboard, you'll see a full work calendar which contains all scheduled inspections, all follow-ups, and all work orders, allowing you to see all of your work at a glance, keep track of what's happening, make sure that the work that's closest to the time that needs to be done is right there in front of you. If you prefer to look at a general list of all of your inspections and work orders rather than a calendar or a chart, you can simply click on the work order inspection list, and that'll bring up a conventional line item style view for those who prefer that. So here we'll see a list of all the inspections and work orders. We can sort this and filter it by field work versus asset field work versus management inspections, etc. When you see the inspection location listed in red, that means that there was a problem. The inspection failed. If it's green, the inspection passed. Here you'll see next action date set for any items that require follow-up, and if that action date is overdue, it will turn red so it can catch your attention and let you know that you've got some work that's not up to date and needs to be followed up on. When we look at individual inspections and work, you'll see that there are annual inspections. Asset work requests can be created as well. Inspections also can be done for move in, move out, and just general inspection purposes. Okay. Everything is done through location, and our location base has a 7-layer system, which means you'll have locations ranging from the core property through to sites within the property, structures and buildings on the property. Then we go to the levels within that structure and the suites within those levels and even the rooms within those suites. So you can literally perform an inspection or set up a work order all the way down to the bathroom number 2 in suite 601 if that's how specific you'd like to be. And from all the co-ops we've talked to, they seem to want to be that specific. So it's very effective in tracking it down. See on the left-hand side that there is a member contact list. This list will contain the key occupant as well as a secondary contact for each dwelling unit. So when you're ready to send a copy of the inspection and or work request over to them, simply click email to member and it will automatically send to them. You get to choose when that happens, so if you do have to clean things up back at the office or add some information, you can do that first and then send it when you're ready. If you require follow-up due to an issue, you can create an inspection work request that will automatically track and follow and attach to this exact inspection. It is not a separate form, it's part of the same form, so it's all in the same place and easily managed. You can assign that to an internal service team or an external service team, and again, you'll see that we have a contractor directory here that can include all of your contractors and their quality of work ratings, their trustability, etc. is all in there to consider. You have a target completion date for all projects documented for all issues found in the inspection, but you also have a next follow-up date and action date for what should happen first and most immediately for follow-up. And this can be updated on a regular basis. As each item gets corrected, you can update the documentation. The dwelling unit forms are customized for each unit, so when we set up your account, your forms will automatically contain the correct questions for each dwelling unit with the appropriate number of bathrooms, bedrooms, whether or not they have a patio or a deck, whether they have skylights, front yards, backyards, etc. is all automatically adjusted to each dwelling during your setup process. So when you open up a form, you will have no questions you don't need, and you will have every question you do need automatically. That makes life very simple and very clean and no wasted space or time. Inspection is completed and filed. It can be viewed in the Inspection Results Next Action Required section of the software. We can open that up for a full screen view. You'll see that there's 186 inspections currently not showing a status. This is because they are scheduled but not completed. Once they're completed, they will go into either a no corrections required or a corrections required state where they have passed or they have failed basically on the inspections. So here we have several that have corrections required. Here, these have passed inspection, no further action is required with them. So here we can see that these are all for field work, that they are dwelling unit inspections and one exterior inspection. Within the dwelling unit inspections, we have an annual, we have a move-in and move-out section, and also a general inspection category exists if any inspections are completed just for inquiry or because someone's expressed a concern. When we look at each of these inspections, we'll be able to see it was a full dwelling unit inspection. It was done on Unit 1, and from there we can open up and actually review the entire form. You'll see this was a move-out inspection, as we mentioned, on Unit 1. And it was set for follow-up on the work order. We can see all the results, the final sign-off, etc. The work order status currently has a high priority. It's a replacement. It's coming out of operations funds. We have a labor and parts and materials estimate giving us a total. If there's multiple items on the work request for this inspection, these amounts can be updated as work gets completed piece by piece. You can set your own statuses for the different status levels you want to maintain on the work orders. They can be assigned to anyone who's in your contractor system for follow-up as far as the repairs go, whether it's your internal team or other contractors. You'll have a target completion date, again, for all items, as well as a next action date for the immediate items and what's going to happen next. Once the inspection work request is fully resolved, it can be marked off as completed, and you can have a sign-off on the resolve and verification with printed name of who actually completed the work. This is your next action type, which is get a purchase order and gather quotes. It's assigned to Samuel. We have a next action date. This is all red because it's overdue. This was supposed to be done on May 27th and hasn't been done yet, so it's gone red, reminding us that there was a due date and it's past it. And then next action notes indicating what needs to be done first as far as all the items on the work order. Okay, and here again, when we look at the inspection, we can see all of the photographs, all of the annotations and drawings where there are concerns, etc. If you want to create a new inspection or new work order, the process is quite simple. You simply look for the add or plus button anywhere that you see it, anywhere on any screen, and it will allow you to create a new inspection or a new work order. Click on the add, and the form selector will open up. Here we can choose the work type, whether this is field work management or asset field work. Management would be for such things as fire annual inspections and that sort of thing. Regular inspections and work orders are in field work. We would choose the action type, whether this is a dwelling unit inspection, exterior, interior inspection, and just general basic inspection on a piece of equipment, portal work requests, regular work assignment, etc. So in this case, we'll choose a dwelling unit inspection. In the form selector now, we can have an annual inspection, a move-in, a move-out, or a general inspection. Okay. And the form selection for that is a full dwelling unit inspection. For a move-in or move-out, it's going to be the same. Current date and time is placed automatically. Inspector's name can be selected. This is where you're assigning it to a specific person to complete the inspection. If this requires a GPS point for them to be able to find it, such as for a small item like a sprinkler head in a common area, you can go ahead and zoom in on Google Maps and mark it with the GPS. Okay? If you don't feel you want to use that, you can simply clear the box and it'll disappear. Here we have your location type, so here you can choose whether this is the property, whether it's a site, a placement on the property such as a parking lot, etc., a structure such as a building. This is all selectable. When you select structure, you would indicate again what zone is this in, which is your portfolio, and which property. If you have multiple properties, you'll see a selector box to choose which property you're working on. Okay. And then the appropriate site for building A, and the structure is building A is the only structure in that site. It'll confirm that with the location name. Hit next, and you can move on now to start your inspection. And again, if this is a dwelling unit inspection, you're going to have all of the appropriate forms, all of the appropriate questions for that particular dwelling, nothing extra, nothing missing. Okay, we'll cancel that. So you can create inspections for all kinds of different things on the property, and you can create basically 4 types of work orders. There's an inspection work request that is specifically created from an inspection. There is an open work request that can be for anything on the property of any type that you want to do. There is a asset work request, which is specifically related to asset improvements and capital costing. And then there is a request matters work order, which is for a request filed through the public portal. The portal that you allow your members to use is called Request Matters. This is what it looks like. This is a free download from Google Play that you give access to via a access key code that you'll give to each member that wants to use it. Again, this app will work on all devices, including PCs, Macs, tablets, etc. They can submit a request easily simply by filling in the basic information. That which is marked as this entry is required is what they have to put in. The rest is optional. This can include a full description of the concern. The concerns are categorized for your ease of finding and sorting and reporting. They can include images of what they've seen. They can describe the location to tell you where it is. If they want to, they can even use Google Maps to place a pin to show you where it is on the property if it's outside. And you can indicate if they want to have an update on what the end result of this is and how it's been handled. Okay. When this form arrives at the office, it goes into a separate reporting section, and that is on, again, your dashboard. So here we have the Request Matters submissions, where you'll see again the first thing we sort by is whether this is an urgent concern, possibly a water leakage or electrical issue, and marked yes or no based on what they've told you. So if it's marked as yes, then it's going to be urgent. You need to look at it right away. Here you can review it and decide if this is a valid concern, if it requires your attention, or what needs to be done with it. If this is an outside parking lot issue, you may have already had several members report it, in which case you don't need to have 3 different people tracking on it. You just need to have the first one. So if it's not reviewed, it'll be read, or it will be indicated separately. Okay, you'll go into there and see if the concern is valid and update the information. Okay, and the priority of the information, allowing you again to sort your work by priority rating, and again the type of concern, whether this is a in my unit concern, building damage, public safety, etc. This is selected by them at the time that they file it. You can change this or fill it in if they didn't file it. They don't have to put that one in. Okay. When you select the actual request, this is what you'll see at the office, which is all the information they sent you, including photographs and map pin. You'll see it's again not reviewed, so you can now say that you've reviewed it. You've indicated the concern is valid or not valid, indicate what action you're taking, and you'll see that there's already a work request available to be added to this if you want to add a work request to it. That right there will create a work request with one click. It will transfer the information that they've sent you onto the work request, and you can begin your follow-up, scheduling a contractor if you need to, getting a purchase order, etc., whatever is required. Okay, so very easily managed, very simple, and again, all in one place. Also, an alert email will be sent to the service manager for the co-op anytime someone submits a form, so you know that something new has come in and arrived. Inspection work request dashboard. Every work request carries a cost estimate for labor and parts required, whether it's a repair or a replacement. And you'll see here we have a budgeting report for work orders that will let us know how much work we have out there and when it is going to be happening and why it's happening and where it's happening. So you'll see the current total is $375,750 for all open work orders. When we select them, we can see again which property we're looking at, demo property 1 or demo property 2 in this case. When we look at each property, we can review what's on there for open work orders and costs. So demo property 1 in this case has all of it. Here we can see the costs associated by building. So each building on this site has a certain amount of dollars allocated to it. When we select the building, from there we can look into the building itself and see it's on main level, and here are the units that each have their own cost breakdowns, and you'll see it's different for each unit depending on what service is scheduled and required. When we select an individual unit, we can see exactly what type of work and what rooms that work is in. So we've got, again, different units here showing, on the same unit I should say, showing different work for the bedroom, HVAC, plumbing, the kitchen, and the patio. Okay, you can see the amounts involved, and if you want to click into any one of these, it will open up and provide you with the work order, which you can now review and go through the details on. Okay, so there's your open work order for Unit 26, Bathroom 1. It's an asset work assignment, and all of your details, all your information, photographs if they've been taken, your cost of labor estimates for parts and materials, etc. All right there. This allows you to schedule work and inspections up to years in advance. If you're scheduling work replacements and work orders and service 3 years, 5 years, 20, 30 years in advance, you'll be able to forecast and estimate your costs and have some idea of where you're headed for as far in the future as you want to look. Again, back on the inspection and work orders dashboard, on the left hand side you'll see that we have our inventory dashboard accessible here. This is a built-in inventory system that will allow you to maintain a complete and detailed inventory and log of usage and consumption for all of your small and consumable items. So if you're keeping spare parts such as doorknobs, taps, door closure items, etc., consumable materials such as sealant, screws, nails, all that sort of thing, it can all be logged in and logged out by supplier and dollar value. You have full reporting and every activity is logged and tracked. So when someone does a consumption on any item, it will monitor who used the item, what the item was, when they used it, right, and how many of them they used. Okay, so everything is tracked and logged. Okay, and again, you can view all the reference ID details. This will give you a complete listing of all your parts, and all the times that someone has accessed this inventory will be shown here. So if you're wondering where those 17 units went that you counted yesterday, this should show you where they are, or that they're just perhaps gone. You'll also see we have QR coding on this, so all parts can be scanned in and out via QR code, which is a lot faster than doing it by hand in the old-fashioned way. So once again, we're back on the inspection and work orders dashboard. Here on the left, you will see the member contact list. This is the list used for automated email delivery and also provides you with a quick, easy access. If you're scheduling inspections or work, you can find your contact information here once you put it in, of course. So you have the location occupants information, also for texting, email, etc., phone number. Also the primary contact, so if the occupant has a guardian or caregiver that needs to be notified of anything going on, you can have that in the file as well, and again have quick access to phone call, texting, or emailing to them, and also in this case a GPS point, just in case for some reason you need to be able to reach them in person. Additionally, on the left-hand side, you'll see the contractor directory. This allows you to keep contact information for assignment of contractors to your work orders. The first one would be for your internal service team, and this would be able to be assigned on any work order in the system. You'll notice there's full contact details, mapping locations in case you need to go over to their office and pick something up or drop off a check. Each contractor also can have a rating of trustworthiness and whether or not you should use them as a preferred choice or simply in case of emergency. Any special instructions such as this group is acceptable, but no keys, no alarm code, check work upon completion, whereas this Bob the Builder is completely trusted and a preferred choice, etc. Okay, and again, quick access for email, texting, phone calls, etc., or the details file, and you can complete a complete details file showing what services are offered, allowing you to know again who can do roofing, who can do gyprock work, who can do plumbing, electrical, etc. Okay, simple and effective. Back at the inspection work orders dashboard, and the last item we're going to review for today's demo is the location list. This is created when you make your purchase. We actually set this up for you with lists that you provide us, and this is a list of all inspectionable locations on your property or on each property if you have more than one. So you'll see here as an example we have the standard property 1, which has sites for buildings A through J. We have a general green space. We have the site where parts inventory is kept. We have some roadways. We also have a tower which contains some kind of antenna system as an example, and a roadway turnaround. On the property 2, we have again sites for grounds, the tower building itself, and a parking lot. Within the site, if you have any structures, that'll be the next level in the system where you'll see the grounds itself, building A structure, main level, and roof. Within that building we have units, and all of the rooms contained within each unit. So again, when you inspect, you're inspecting by room. When you create work orders can be assigned to individual rooms. So if you're doing a bathroom reno, the work order can be assigned to bathroom 1 versus bathroom 2, and there's no confusion about where the work is being done. In a tower type arrangement, you will have, again, all of your rooms within each level on the building. So the building will have various floors, and on each floor there'll be electrical rooms, stairwells, etc. All of this is created in the system so that you can properly inspect attic spaces, basements, etc. Even just the main level floors, hallways, compactor rooms, HVAC rooms, etc. Storage areas. If you have any additional items such as swimming pools, showers, trash compactors, elevators, all of it's created so that it's able to be inspected, and very specifically. And here we are back on the inspection and work orders dashboard. That concludes our demo for today. I hope that this has been helpful for you and answered some questions. We have shown you a fair bit, but not everything that the software can do. There's a lot more that can be gone through in detail. If you have more questions or would like a full demonstration of the product, you are welcome to reach out to us or click the links below on this page, and we'll be happy to set up and meet with you and take you through the whole process in detail. Thank you so much.